Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner.
Feel like I'm as good.
You feel like you're good? You feel like you're ready? You feel like you're loose? Feel like you're
like I got wavy arms?
Yeah, well that's loose. Whoops.
You're obviously not ready.
I am too loose. I gotta rein it in a little bit. Gotta make it more tight.
Get those wavy arms under control, sir.
My inflatable tube man arms. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Kenobi's Corner. Or welcome for the first time.
Yeah, dude, you never know.
Yeah.
Stop making assumptions about people. Damn.
I know, I'm sorry. Making an ass out of you and me, my friend. We're here today to talk to you about movies, sci-fi, video games, things we find interesting in between. Yeah, actually, we're really movie heavy. I'm Eric, and this is Jonathan.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Yeah, dude, this week I feel like we got blindsided by so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like trailer-wise. I wish there was a little bit more news that was out there. You know, I'm pretty sure if we dug a little bit further, we'd probably find some things. But, of course, these are the things that we find interesting.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know. What do you think?
Dude, look, there's things that we find interesting sometimes, and we just got to talk about them. So what are we going to do? We're going to talk about those things we found interesting.
Right. All the things.
Dude,
all
so
the
many things. Like,
actually, there's just all trailers. Yeah.
Dude, but there was so many, dude. There was so many trailers that came out. Like, it was ridiculous. And half of them didn't even happen at, like, New York Comic Con, which is where I expected things to happen. Yeah. Like, it was just random. Like, hey, here's a trailer. And here's another trailer. And, hey, here's another trailer. It's like, damn, dude. Yeah. Calm down, people.
Yeah. You know, I thought there was going to be more that came out of New York Comic Con, and I thought this was going to be super heavy New York Comic Con episode, but man, there wasn't a whole lot.
You know what? But I mean, like we talked about IRL. We like mentioned that
Earl.
Earl. We talked about Earl. It seems like it's taking turns with SDCC.
Yeah.
So like NYCC, I feel like the one that just passed didn't have a whole lot, but the one before had a ton of stuff come out.
Yeah.
And then that year, SDCC was kind of short on stuff. Like there wasn't a whole lot that was announced. It was, you know, it seemed like it was fun for everybody that went, but there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that was like, hey, here's some awesome new things that are coming out, and we're gonna hit you with all this new stuff. And this year, I feel like it was the opposite, right? So like SDCC had a ton of stuff that came out. Like, I mean, after SDCC, we were like, it took us like 3 weeks of coverage to like cover everything because we kept finding out stuff that had been announced or that was done like, you know, even a week later, because it was so much stuff that came out from SDCC. And this year, you know, with New NYCC, like almost nothing.
It seems like they had more like exclusives, like if you were to attend, which I don't know, NYCC is a very far away from us, so you know, that would have been something that we wouldn't have been able to go to, at least right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, we did get a couple good things out of there, and we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about trailers from Marvel, from DC, from random studios that came out of nowhere, and then also random Fox goodness that's really rare to say, I feel.
Dude.
But they're knocking it out of the park right now, so I'm on it. I'm in it. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, actually, one of the things that came out of NYCC that we were talking about, Earl, was that, you know, in lieu of the tragedy in Vegas, Marvel pulled out of their main, I guess, conservatorium. What is it? Like convention hall? Like, because NYCC doesn't have Hall H. Like SDCC does.
Yes, yeah.
But they pulled out of there because they were what they were going to show was a trailer for Punisher or have a panel for Punisher.
Yes.
And then the rumor was that the Punisher show was going to drop as soon as that got done, or at least that same day.
Right.
But neither of those things happened, or either of those things happened, however you like to say it. Potato, tomato, you know.
Potatoes?
Yeah. All the fruits or vegetables. I don't know. I'm unsure about how that goes. But yeah, that was one major thing that kind of came out of there.
It probably would have been like one of the bigger things that would have been talked about it for it. But I mean, with all that stuff that happened in Vegas, like, I mean, you could see, and you can't blame them for like pulling stuff out. And, you know, at the very least, they were going to do something with the Punisher and the Punisher and the way his world works and the way his comic works and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's super brutal.
It's brutal. It's violent.
You got to read the room.
Yeah. And this was not the situation for it. So yeah, understandable. So now we're kind of stuck waiting a little bit more for Punisher. For me, it's not stuck waiting. It's like, okay, cool. Like it's just going to be a little longer. I know other people are more excited about it than I am.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, especially in lieu of everything, like especially if they're already done with it, it's not like anything like, oh, they're still working on it. They think it's going to suck. It's just like, hey, like, let's just be a little bit respectful. Like, let's hold it back.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to go all out every single time. So, I mean, that's cool. I appreciate that. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, heck yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure other people are also. Well, sticking with some Marvel news also. Recently, they had Thor Ragnarok. They did the world premiere. They interviewed a bunch of people there, a couple things. I forgot to put one in there, but we'll talk about it anyway. One of the things that they talked about was they pulled Mark Ruffalo aside and they asked him like about the movie, how he felt about it. Of course, he feels excited. It's awesome to play the Hulk again. But also they asked him about like, well, how come there's not going to be like an individual storyline or like what's going on with that? Like, when is Hulk Solo going to come out? Which they tried twice already.
You can combine those words. It's okay.
They tried it. So apparently, Kevin Feige pulled Ruffalo aside and was just like, "Hey, what do you think the stories that we should do are?" He was like, "Hey, I think we should really hit on this, this, and this." He's just like, "That sounds perfect. Instead of doing your own solo flick, let's go ahead and expand on your ideas and put it over a 3-movie arc that's included with the other kind of MCU." So, Ragnarok is going to be the first one, the beginning of that arc. I think the next one is going to happen in Infinity War Part 1.
Yeah.
And then who knows the third part of that arc. But I think that's kind of cool. I mean, since they started teaming up and not just having the solo movies, I mean, of course, Captain America was a Captain America movie, but it had everybody in it, Civil War had everybody in it. And then, Spider-Man had Iron Man in it. I think it was cool that they've been kind of teaming up everybody. So
yeah, for sure.
Hulk team up, I like it. Maybe the next one's going to be Hawkeye, I don't know, but
of all people,
I don't know. I think Jeremy Renner said he was going to have a bigger part in the MCU.
Okay,
but although Age of Ultron was kind of Hawkeye heavy because they definitely they fully introduced him in the Avengers, the first Avenger. They introduced him and they're like, okay, now you're under a spell. See you later.
It's such a small role.
There, shoot a couple arrows, you hit right on target. Exactly what you said you were going to do.
Yep.
So
it's funny because not everybody that's brought forward and stuff like that has had an opportunity to have their own solo comic for stuff. And I mean, Hawkeye would be a perfect example for that because Hawkeye just recently, or in the past also, I think he's had small runs of his own series, his own title comic. And the recent one, dude, that was with so much fanfare, and it was a lot because of the art that was going on in that book. So that recent Hawkeye run, some great stuff, it was good story, it was great artwork, something they could pull forward and just integrate it into the stories they're telling about what's going on now and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm sure they could do some kind of mashup or team up there. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so too. One other part that they did, they interviewed Kevin Feige, and the Feige, he comes out, he talks, he likes to mix it up. I think it's so funny is what I'm going to tell you next. It's when DC came out and was just we're not going to, we're not going to have a cinematic universe anymore. And then they came out and said, no, absolutely, everything's conjoined, it's connected. After Phase 3, Kevin Feige was stating that he thinks that's pretty much it for the compounded cinematic universe. He's after 20 to 22 connected movies, he's I think we're fine with just going with single films after that. To where they're not, intertwined.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected. So I think that's kind of a in the face DC, we mastered the cinematic universe. Now we're going to go into your territory and just do these little one-off movies that everybody loves. So I think that's funny, but I think it's also amazing that they can stick to their own movies and to their own single storyline. So I think that's probably when we're going to start seeing the Black Widow movie finally.
Hopefully.
Or, and these like other single movies, like getting away from the main storyline, doing Captain Marvel, like a single Captain Marvel movie again, or who knows.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think it feels like it needs it, though. Because, I mean, you can't keep having everything connected, everything moving toward one single goal. And that's what these movies have been. And, I mean, it's great, and I love it for it. Like, but, it's hard to... I think it's hard to also write to that. Where you had, like, the Doctor Strange movie, and it's its own little compacted story and in its own little independent universe. But at the same time, you have to be cautious of, like, what that means in consequence of the rest of the movies. And if they're moving away from that, okay, fine. I'm totally okay with it because that will just give them that freedom enough of what's going on right now to kind of separate things and get things a little further out there.
Yeah.
And dude, man, I just love the stuff they're doing, man. I just like my mind runs wild with imagination of like the things that they can do, and it makes me super excited, even though I don't know what the hell they're planning, what they're gonna do. Like, but I'm hopeful because
Marvel,
they've given me a reason.
Marvel, if you're listening right now, you made a 35-year-old man really giddy just at the thought of the things that you could do. He doesn't even know what you're doing, but he's super excited about it. So please take solace in that.
That's what happens when you have a good track record, man.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. I mean, I say that calling you out, but I'm there with you. I just can't, voice it as well as you can.
That's awesome.
Well, moving on, we're going to come back to some Marvel news, but we're going to talk about some other movies. We've purchased some things in the past. Did you buy the NES Classic?
No, I didn't.
What about the Super NES Classic?
Nope.
Okay, neither of us have purchased any of these things, but we've had friends that have.
Yeah.
And the Nintendo rumors that are coming out is a Game Boy Classic is going to be coming out. And if you don't know what a Game Boy is, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Small handheld device that can play less than 8-bit games, I guess.
No. It was actually, I think...
It went up to 64, right?
It went 16.
16.
Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the original Nintendo was only 8 bits.
Right.
And then the Game Boy was 16. Which was like stupid. Like, I don't understand how the hell that happened.
Technology.
I don't even know. I might be completely wrong about that. But
hey, it's all right.
It happens. But yeah, man, I loved my Game Boy growing up. Like, that thing went with me everywhere. I had the battery pack accessory. I had the screen magnifier with the light accessory. And a bunch of games. Like, I loved the hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to buy one now.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they're not doing a Game Boy Classic. I really hope they're not doing a Game Boy Classic because they should do an N64 Classic.
Yes.
Or they should just give us those damn games on the freaking Switch.
Yes. Like, even more yes. Forget what I said yes before, too. Yes on that one.
Like, why can't I have that stuff on the freaking Switch now?
Yeah.
Give it to me now. Like, just,
yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, if... So what? How much was the SNES Classic?
It was like $60.
The Nintendo Classic, $60, right?
Yeah.
Probably for both.
Yeah.
If they were to take each one of those games, put them for sale for $5 on the Switch, like make a classic virtual arcade. What do they call it? The virtual arcade, right? Is that what they call it?
Sounds about right.
I don't remember what they call it.
I like that name. If they
right. Virtual console.
Oh, okay.
Virtual console games. That's what it was on the
Switch
Wii and I think Wii U is what they called it, where you could go in and buy the old classic games.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't have anything like that on the Switch.
No. I think they released one game. Oh, it was the original Mario Brothers game, but it wasn't Super Mario Brothers. It was Mario Brothers where they like fought against Kong and you had to jump over everything. But it's like $8.
Yeah. Dude,
for
oh my god.
Yeah.
For like a game that's like super old. It's older than the freaking NES. Like, if they were to just give me like $5, $5 for all the games that are on the Nintendo Classic, they would make way more money than they did selling the Nintendo Classic. Everybody would be able to choose the games that they wanted, and they would make a crap ton of money just for releasing software. Yeah. Like, that's all it would take, dude. A ton more money than they made on that thing because of the limited supply you had.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't know.
What are they thinking?
But I mean, it's dumb, but they're really not wrong. I mean, everybody's gonna buy it anyway. Yeah. Like I feel like.
But, I mean, they sold out of them. But that's the thing is, like, I didn't even get a chance to get the Nintendo Classic. Like, so it was gone. It was gone, like, the second they released it. Like, it was out, like, sold out. You know, and I mean,
cool.
yeah, and I kind of wanted it, but I wasn't going to get like wait in line like on a virtual queue to like try to get one as soon as it came out. Like I was like, okay, cool. Like it came out, I didn't get a chance to get it. It sold out within like an hour. You know, screw it. Like whatever. I'm not going to go and pay extra money on eBay because I really want one. Like, it just wasn't a possibility. If it was stocked on the shelf all the time, then cool. Like, yeah, maybe I might go pick one up. But if I have a Switch and I can just go on there, open it up, turn it on, boom, click the buy button, they got my money.
They got it. That's all they really want.
That's all they want, right?
Yeah. Just make it easy for everybody.
Make it easy.
Make it easy for us to give you our money. I don't see why you're making it so hard.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
I mean, we're a couple of weeks away from a couple of good things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you're going to get Odyssey, right? Super Mario Odyssey? How are you on Zelda right now? Let me ask that.
Ooh, I am doing very well. I'm excited. So my Zelda track has been, I've only done like the first Divine Beast, but I've almost unlocked like all the other regions. Like, but I haven't done anything else. I've just been doing all the little side stuff because I feel like I'm not strong enough to do anything else.
Dude, you should just go at it. Like,
I found a few dragons.
It's scary.
They're pretty amazing.
Oh yeah,
so.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it seems scary for anybody who's playing through Zelda along with Eric.
Yeah,
and hasn't finished it apparently at this point. Just go for it, man. All the Divine Beasts seem like they're going to be harder than they are, and they're all not as hard as it seems like they might be.
Yeah, I need more hearts. I'm working on it though.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Have you got the Master Sword?
No, not yet. I don't have 15 hearts.
Okay, we're done with Zelda.
Okay,
we're Zelda talk.
All right, moving on. Oh yeah, we forgot to say at the beginning of the show, Star Wars trailer came out. I don't know, but we're not going to talk about that first. We're going to build up to that because that's the biggie. But there's so many other things that came out that looked really, really good this week.
Yeah,
so,
we got to go through a lot of these things.
Yeah, okay. So first things first.
Our weekly check-in.
A weekly check-in of Stranger Things. Like the final trailer came out. We got less than 2 weeks. You can say there's a grip of days left.
Yes.
However much a grip is, I'm not too sure. I don't know what the unit measure of grip is.
No, it's not. It's not much.
It's like 7-10 days. I don't know how many days you can hold in one hand. But this trailer looks amazing, dude. It is so damn good. If you haven't been watching any of the other Stranger Things trailers, this really gives a lot of the story away of like where's it gonna go. And it really brings to light the shadow demon. It looks like it's just a bunch of shadows, maybe. I'm not too sure.
I have no idea.
But it looks crazy. You get 11 back in the habit. You know, she's curly suing it up, using some powers. I don't know. You get there's a lot of action shots. It looks like they're going to go more in depth with a lot of things, but it looks intense, man.
Yeah, dude. And you say it gives a lot away. I don't think it gave hardly anything away. I think it gives away a few jokes and a few people that are going to be in team ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as the plot goes, like I still can't tell what the hell's going on.
That's true. Okay. Okay. How many episodes is it? Is it 9 episodes? 8
13,
episodes?
12? It's like 12 to 13.
Okay. So 13 hours of content with 3 6-minute trailers. I think we're okay. I think we've seen movies give away more in their 4-minute trailers than these Stranger Things trailers have. It just looks good. I mean, I was excited to see it already, but it's just damn good. I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah. I'm super excited about it. That whole trailer sequence was like. It's just so freaking good, man. Like, and it's funny because I'm the first to admit that I will sit there and complain about things that about things that are like that just give us too much stuff coming up, right? Like we know that like one of my biggest complaints was, and I always point back to this because this was the worst about it.
Justice League.
Yes, no, not Justice League. What's the other one? The bad guy one, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah,
they saturated the freaking market with so much marketing.
Like, people needed to know it was coming out.
Dude, but it was so dumb. And if you compare the amount of stuff that has come out for Stranger Things, like compared to Suicide Squad, I don't think that's that much comparative. Like
No. And it's weird because, and I think because Suicide Squad saturated the market so much because it was more of an unknown. Right. It was a different take on villains having their own movie. Of course, in a universe that was known, the DC universe, but these characters, they weren't as what is it?
Like not as known. Not as known to the common, consumer,
it wasn't
I guess.
Culturally viable at the time. There was... so I think they had to give a lot away just so they can get people's butts in the seats. But in that same vein, they gave away too much.
Yeah,
and
they
should have just showed the movie for free, because they gave away so much in the trailer.
Plot elements and stuff too, though. But it was just so much it was just in your face all the freaking time.
Yeah,
and we've talked about every single week. There's been something new released on Stranger Things, right? Like about it, like leading up to this thing. Every single week we've had something to say about it because they've done something new. But even then, it doesn't feel like they're saturating the market as much as like the other stuff. When you go on YouTube, there isn't an ad playing for Stranger Things that's going to play in front of every single video that's out there. Like they just released a video and boom, that's it. Where like Suicide Squad, it's like every video you watch with an ad in front of it, like was a Suicide Squad like trailer or mini clip or something, because there were just like so much advertising. And this is not. This is just like them releasing it and then letting everybody find it organically because people are looking out for it. This trailer for like the last 24 hours has been like the #1 trending video on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like that's stupid. That's ridiculous. Like people want this content and people are seeking it out themselves, which is freaking cool. And I was completely wrong about how many episodes there's supposed to be. So it's 9 episodes.
Dude,
I see right now.
I was right.
You were
I was
totally
the closest
right.
without going over. If this was The Price is Right, I would have won.
Yeah, I feel like nobody knows those references anymore, Eric.
I'm bringing it back.
Bring it back. All right. Well, cool, man. Should we move on?
Yes. I think this was like one of your... everybody's excited, but they're just like, what does Jonathan love the most? Let's just bring it to life. Because the New Mutants came out with a trailer with one of Jonathan's favorite characters, which is Magic.
Yes.
Oh, man. Okay, second to Phoenix or Jean Grey?
Oh, no, dude. Cyclops is definitely my favorite character in X-Men, period. And I like the Phoenix Jean Grey character. Like, that's pretty cool. But, dude, Magic to me is just so freaking intriguing, man. Like... I would lend you more comics, but you don't tend to read them.
No.
So
I try to. It's just really hard.
Dude, one of my favorite old school reads, and I mean like old school, like we're talking about like really hand-drawn stuff. I think it's even older. It might not be as old as the one that I already lent you for the Phoenix Saga one.
Yeah.
But like the story of Magic. Like it's like the own miniseries of Magic. I think it's just titled Magic. But dude, it's freaking good. It's dark. It's like... you see some really, really messed up stuff happening, and it's all happening to Magic, and then who the character comes out as, and then who she ends up becoming, like for a big part of the series. She ends up going away for a long time, and then they bring her back. She's got some really cool story arcs in the new stuff, at least things that I find interesting and I really enjoyed. And dude, like, so yeah, to see her on screen and they did a pretty good job. So
yeah,
what's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy, is that what her name is?
Pretty close, but no.
I never remember her name.
Witch in Witch?
Is it?
The Witch movie? I don't know.
The one who's playing Magic. What's her name? She was in
She was in the
Witch. She's the one from oh my god. Split.
Yep. Nailed it. Anya Taylor-Joy, you're right.
That's what damn it.
Never doubt yourself, Jonathan.
But I mean, she looks the part, Like,
yeah,
and they
does.
did a good job with like dressing her up as Magic. Like at least the hair. You got to get the hair right.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Nailed it. They nailed that part of it. But I mean, she has a good look to it, like, which is cool. Like, and I mean, we don't know what it's like. We've just gotten the first look at it. I love that they released the trailer to New Mutants on Friday the 13th for a movie that's coming out on Friday the 13th
in April.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so...
super excited. Oh, my God.
So, if you don't know about the New Mutants, basically the New Mutants came together kind of like at a weird time in the X-Men history. I think Charles Xavier was in a bad spot. What's his name had just passed away? And it was right after the Jean Grey, like the Dark Phoenix saga.
Dark Phoenix stuff, yeah.
So he was just kind of like, no, I'm done with this mutant school age business. I'm out. I'm peacing out. But some new mutants started appearing and needed his help. So I don't know if it's. I think this is definitely going to be its own standalone movie, and a lot of the scenes from what the trailer shows, it looks like it's going to be. And my wife brought it up. She was like, "Oh, that kind of looks like where kind of like Logan is at, and like the way they were treating those kids and like those kids growing up in those facilities, like treating them and stuff." But it's definitely okay. It's not going to be in Mexico but it's going to be and I guess in some kind of other facility.
I think if it's the right story that I'm thinking about, and I can't remember, I need to reread the comic. It's kind of like a hospital, like where they're treating mutants. But if I'm not mistaken, and this is major spoilers if they go this route. So I'm sorry if this is spoiling stuff for everybody, but it's in the comic. And if I'm like I said, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe most of it is a nightmare sequence.
Yes, because this is going to be following the Demon Bear story arc.
Yes, yeah.
So Demon Bear is mostly is it magic that she's
no
what's her name? Diana?
It should be
Mirage? Yeah.
Danny Moonstar.
Yeah. So it's going to be following her and it really is all in this dream state. And you know why? And you're right on the nose with this because the director stated that that it was really heavily influenced by Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, 3 Dream Warriors. So that's really giving a lot away. Probably what Fox says it's really like Stephen King meets John Hughes. So really Stephen Hughes.
That works.
It works. So it looks really, really interesting. It really looks like I think the song that plays over the trailer is Another Brick in the Wall. And they got a lot of script like the Pink Floyd script of the New Mutants, but that's also the type of script that they used in the comic book also.
A little bit, not as much.
It kind of looked like, I don't know if you ever watched the Mad Max or read the or the Max comic books, like MAXX.
No, I didn't.
No. Kind of similar,
really?
But it looks cool. I like it. I mean, this whole it's something new, different. Not something that I thought that it was going to look like, but it looks like it really came together well in this first trailer. Yeah. So I'm hoping this isn't all like marketing's job to make it look good, and then the movie's going to be shit.
But already, like, even the shots that are like in there, like if it's not following the right plot elements, like, okay, cool, like. It happens, I know, and that's what makes me pissed off about Fox and what they do a lot of times. But this doesn't seem like it's going to be that way. It seems like like the plot elements are there. I think Josh Boone, right, the director, I think he's enough of a fan to really follow the right things and the right elements in this. The shot and framing and tone of everything is like spot on to what I think this should be with the story they're following. I'm telling you, they got the look already down for Anya Taylor-Joy, like, and what she's doing in there. Maisie Williams, like, dude, Wolfsbane. The fact that she's already doing it and agreed to the role, and you see the shot of her in there, awesome, dude. Everybody in here, everybody's troubled, right? Like, it's troubled teens, like, but they got problems because there's real problems going on. It's not just like random ass problems they're throwing out or making up. Like, they got some issues. Just like you have issues with the microphone right now.
I was like, yeah, they totally have issues. Get this mic out of my face.
Awesome.
That was just for the people in the room.
We should record this.
Video record this. I hope it's recording.
Oh yeah.
It just hasn't not been recorded. We're just talking at each other.
Yeah.
just like an Earl.
Dude, but man, New Mutants I think is full of that. Like, and I think we've talked about it, and we've talked about it a lot recently. I think more than anything else, there's so much drama that they do in like movies and stuff about like the comic book stuff, and it needs it. It's so much drama in the old comic books. Like all the X-Men stuff has a lot of drama, not a crazy amount, and not where it's unbalanced and no too much drama, but. It kind of needs it to move along certain plot elements. And this is hopefully going to touch on some of those elements because these kids got real life problems. And not just problems of them being mutants. They got like problems with their personal lives and things they're dealing with that are in relation to them being mutants and stuff like that. One of my favorite things about like Wolfsbane is how much she struggles with her religious past and who she was and how she was brought up, and the fact that her power makes it look like she's more like a demon or demonized. Very similar to Nightcrawler. They kind of touched that on Nightcrawler's storyline in the X-Men movies. They didn't do a whole lot. They could have expanded a little bit more. They could have done it a little bit better in the way that they did it. But they did touch on it. You know, it was like he thinks he's a demon, that he's demonized. His form makes him look like a demon. But he's Catholic and he's got that past in history. So it's kind of like it makes him feel bad. It's like a self-deprecating kind of thing just because of who he is and how he looks. And Wolfsbane is very, very much the same. They're kind of like mirrored characters. And it works. Like there's a couple of times where they meet up in the comics and they talk about that kind of stuff, and it's freaking awesome how they're able to kind of like coach each other. And Nightcrawler like says some good things to her like about not being down on who she is. But like at this point where things are starting off, if they do it right and they do it from the comics and they do kind of that story stuff, like that's going to be one of the things that like troubles her and her being okay with who she is, because she doesn't want to be that way because she herself sees herself as bad. It's cool stuff. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good, but I mean, we've been burned in the past. You know, there are some trailers that looked really, really good out there. I think the first time we saw the first Suicide Squad trailer, I think we were excited about it.
Yes,
but you know that's
went downhill real quick.
It's super quick. Super quick.
But more than this, like I'm excited because everything that's been coming out for this has gotten me excited about it. So I'm hoping it's good.
Everything we've only had one trailer so far, so
no. Like the set pictures and all the articles of people being interviewed for it and things like that. I'm not just including the trailer. Like, it's like all the things that have come out so far.
Everything, all the things. I'm trying to think of like other movies that were like also terrible, but the trailers were amazing.
There's probably a lot.
There's probably a lot out there, but
can we just talk about other trailers right now?
Oh, we could just talk about the good trailers right now.
Because I really want to talk about Pacific-Rim Uprising.
I knew you did. So here's another one that was just like, here you go, Jonathan. Here's your Boyega. But
it's been such a great week for me. Yeah, just say.
You know what's so funny is like, but this is the trailer going the other way. I feel. They're like, okay, I'm excited about it. It looks cool. But, man, I think they give away a lot.
They give away so much,
I think they give away everything. Like, plot and then twists and then end battle.
Yeah.
They give it all away. But you're still going to go watch it.
I'm still going to go watch it.
I think I still might go watch it.
They could give me the whole plot. They could be like, hey, this is what the movie's going to be about. It's plot this, plot this, plot this. And
watch
then it ends like
twist.
this. This is how it's going to end. You know? And I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I want to go watch it.
Okay, cool. Now let me see it for real.
Yeah, but, dude, it's one of those things. Like, for instance, which one?
Jonathan
Stranger Things.
Oh.
So Stranger Things, and Star Wars. The Star Wars trailer. So we haven't talked about that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I'm not going to watch any breakdown videos of the trailer for people assuming or, you know, like because people do that. You go on YouTube, you're going to see like a breakdown of the trailer. Great. Have fun. Enjoy it. Everybody else go watch those things.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from that because sometimes you can really guess or really have set false expectations for stuff. And then now you have like either the whole plot, what it's actually going to be, or at least a good guess of what the plot's going to be.
Yeah.
And you need it sometimes to help analyze the trailer for you. I was good with watching those trailers and then just done. Pacific Rim, I don't feel like I need a breakdown to know exactly what the hell is going to happen in the movie because it's all laid out like right in front of you in the damn trailer. It was so much of like everything that's going to happen. But dude, it still looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really damn good, man.
I don't know what it is about giant robots fighting aliens. I don't want to watch giant robots fighting other giant robots, like Transformers.
Or robot jocks, if in the
robot jocks
from the 80s.
Yes. So like that's cool. It's nice. I like it. I enjoy it every once in a while. Like it's good. There's something about giant robots fighting giant aliens that I think is so freaking awesome, man. Like I just love that element of it. And dude, this hit every single little happy spot in my heart.
Gross.
Dude, I'm super excited for it though, man. I don't know. Did it hit you the same way?
It didn't hit me in my happy spot, but I mean, it still looked good. But I think it's the little nuances of it that got me excited because I like, even though you haven't played it, Portal, the voice of GLaDOS, she still plays the voice of like all the Jaegers.
Gotcha.
So I think that's cool, but also like they still keep it true to like we got to have two people in this mother,
yeah,
too much for one brain to handle, and everybody's like interactions and the fight scenes look super over the top, and it looks, I don't know, I think it's gonna be a fun ride. I'm not looking for it to tie into the first one altogether, but even though we get return of Charlie Day, we get the return of the other creepy looking scientist.
Poor guy, man. Nobody knows his name.
Whatever his name is, he just looks like a villain. Just like
he does,
creeping around.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for the guy because I'm sure he's a really nice guy. Sweetest
man you'll ever meet in your life, but he's just a freaking creep.
Too much, man.
It's good. We'll watch it. We'll talk about it. And if it breaks John's heart, we'll be the first to discuss. So hopefully it's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Moving on to another trailer that Jonathan did not like.
Dude.
Oh, I say another one. He loved all of them up until this point.
Yes, yeah. So, but I mean like the previous history of this one movie.
Let's talk about this because this happens a lot.
Yes.
And we kind of briefly touched on it before we started recording, but what's worse than... I don't know what's worse, but it's just bad in general. Like you get a trailer before the trailer.
Why?
And then, but a lot of these, it happens a lot. It happened in the Pacific Rim trailer, but it feels like it's more. It's going to happen when we talk about the lore trailer later on. We're going to talk about a couple other ones that have this right before.
Yeah.
I don't know when it started becoming a thing of like an intro to the trailer.
Dude, it's a mini trailer before the trailer. Like, what the freak? It made me mad too in like the Pacific Rim one. I was like, what the hell was that for?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, this taking a few more seconds out of my life that I don't need taken out of my life. Like, if I'm going to watch the trailer multiple times, great. I'll watch the trailer multiple times. I don't need another trailer before the trailer to let me know what the trailer's about or to give me extra hype about something. Like, just put it in the damn trailer itself.
It's like, remember that trailer we talked about? We're about to talk about it.
Yes. Yeah. It's like mini trailer, studio, title cards, whatever, and then the trailer itself. Like, why? What the freak for? Yeah. Justice League, Pacific Rim. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Get it together, marketing.
Please don't do that.
I think here's what happened, and before we talk about this trailer, they probably sent the entirety of the trailer, like in its like little trailer package, however it's sent, like if it's over email. I don't know how they do things. If they have a large Dropbox that they just throw it in, but they can't do, like, it's like a cover page for your trailer, like it's official.
The fax cover sheet?
Yeah, it's just like...
Nobody's going to know what that is. Nobody uses faxes anymore.
Yeah, page 1 of 2. First page is the cover. Second page is the trailer. But then they've just forgot to take off the first page when they're submitting it. So...
Oh, my God. That's exactly what it is.
Yep. That's what happens.
I love it.
So, Justice League. A trailer came out.
Yep.
Super action heavy.
Yep.
Quippy-ish. Yeah. I don't know if I can tell. It looks more red. It looks like the
it's colored a little differently, right?
BVS. Yeah. It kind of has some BVS vibes to it.
A little bit of BVS.
Yes.
But like, yeah, I agree. Like, they seem to tone down the gray. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And make it more reddish.
Yeah.
There's definitely a more vibrant colors also. Like they definitely colored it a little bit differently. So, I guess the changes that Joss Whedon is making to the movie, at least I hope he's making it to the movie overall and not just the trailer. But I don't know, man. It just seemed like it was all the action sequences kind of reorganized and like, hey, take a look at these action parts instead of the other action parts.
Yeah, don't forget about that. Look at this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still coming out.
Yeah.
Still gonna watch it. I think we give it a lot of shit, but I think at the end of the day, like we're still gonna go see it.
Okay, so this, I think, reminded me a little bit more of like why I like Joss Whedon as a director and the fact that I am a fan of his. Like, Firefly is one of my favorite series of all freaking time. Like, I love that freaking show, and I love the Serenity movie that came after it. And I think when Joss Whedon took the role with Justice League or with DC stuff overall, I was like, well, like, whatever, this is still going to be terrible. And like this newest trailer is the first time, like, because the other trailers I've complained a hell of a lot about, but this one is the first one that I'm like, oh snap, like, yeah, Joss Whedon is a good director, like, and I really like his stuff. But yeah, dude, I love the way that the colors changed. I love the tone, like the tone and the visuals, man. Like that, there's a certain visual language that I think needs to happen for things to be okay, and this is getting to it. It's like it's really making it something different and unique, and rather than like, yeah, it feels like it still can live in that same universe, but it isn't the same exact gray tone and just like everything is just washed out and dead and decrepit. Like it feels different, and I kind of like it, man. Like it's the first one that's turning me around a little bit on this movie, where rather than just being dragged to the movie theater and like, okay, I have to watch this, like I feel like, okay, cool, like this might be something I can enjoy.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Like the way that the DC universe was going so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it looks pretty damn cool. It was a good trailer. I still don't like a couple of aspects about it. Like, is this the one with the music stuff again, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
No. What was it? It's I don't remember what the song was in this one or what they're doing with it. Anyway, it turned me around just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
How much?
Like, if I was totally 180 away from this, like walking away, maybe now I'm like stopped in my tracks and taking a glance over my shoulder.
Nice.
Which is enough. I mean, that's enough, right? Got some attention from me.
Okay. All right. I see where you're going with this.
But if they fool me once, Eric,
Oh,
that's on me. Fool me twice.
that's still on
This
you.
better be another. What I'm
It's
saying is,
still
this
on
better
you.
not be another Suicide Squad situation, because
Yeah, you're gonna see John angry, and you're not gonna like to see him when he's angry.
I'm gonna be throwing tables around.
Nice. Let's go to the small screen for a little bit. We started off with Little Stranger Things, but now we're going to go to other formats. So Fox coming back at you with some X-Files. Real quick, let's talk about it because we're running long. X-Files trailer came out. Looks amazing. I liked that it's definitely a 90s show.
Yeah.
And the song that played over it was Zombie by the Cranberries.
Yeah.
It's slowed down. Super cool. I don't know if anybody nowadays is saying super cool about the Cranberries, but I'm throwing it out there. But it looks like it's really a throwback to the original series, the first reiteration or readaptation of the X-Files. I feel like it was more campy. They had a few funny episodes, or a couple funny episodes, really kind of getting back into it. But I think overall was a good run. So now they're coming at it full bore and just really getting back into the original lore, which is X-Files.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? Did you like it?
It feels like it's getting its groove back,
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to follow the same way they did the last time, because the last time the latest series back after their long hiatus, it kind of seemed like they were trying to introduce new characters also to try to go a different direction with it. Maybe pass the torch, let younger people like have at it. And I kind of like that they departed from that. I don't know if that was the original plan or not.
Yeah.
But if it was, I'm glad they did not go that direction. If it wasn't, maybe it was just like a long story arc to say that, hey, like, things happen and recur over and over again. Cool. Yeah, maybe that was never the intention. But I love that they're sticking with the original cast, and that it's a little bit of a grown-up series to the other one, too, is what it feels like. Like, this is going to be, like you said, the first one was a little campy, but I think it had to be campy because that's what the old one kind of was at times. Yeah. And this feels like a grown-up version of that, or at least the trailer does. Right. And it looks cool, man. Like, I'm excited to watch it.
What if the first, 3 episodes are just nothing but, throwbacks and, Chaz Darby's back in it, being all funny and New Zealandy.
Yes.
Which wouldn't be bad. I love that guy. I think.
Dude.
But yeah, maybe they were just introducing cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at these guys. They're new. They're awesome. Love them. Okay, now watch us take them away. All right. Hulu's new shot at the Marvel Cinematic, the Marvel universe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know who owns what nowadays. Like, it's all so mixed up. I'm starting to lose track of where everything exists. But this is, the Runaways.
Runaways, man.
Dude, it looks cool, man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It doesn't look bad. You're not wrong there. had to work it in somehow.
Oh,
it looks really damn good, man. Like, because the original, like, just the story arc of it, I feel like it hits the cusp of what the story is. Kids come together because their parents have a meeting. They're all hanging out. Is the Runaways kind of like a linchpin, and the kids find out that all their parents are just supervillains, apparently, and they're just like, no, we're not having any of that.
Yeah.
What the hell, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you do if you found out your parents were supervillains?
Dude, you run away.
Yeah, you just run the hell away. Maybe you have superpowers of your own, and that's kind of like what they're coming into. So, I think it looks legit. I don't have Hulu. I don't know if this would make me go back to Hulu. I had it back in the day. It helped me get through all of Lost. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you have Hulu?
I have Hulu.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. And I mean, it's cool, man. This looks awesome. This is right up my alley. A lot of teen angst. Like, I give me the dramatic storylines. I'm totally fine with it. I'll eat that up.
I know. You love Arrow. You love The Flash. So.
I know. Arrow and The Flash. The Flash is still good. By the way, that's back now.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Like, I already have my opinions. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk about it on this episode because we're going to be like
super long.
over 2 hours long.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I like the elements that they're throwing in there. Like, so far it looks cool. First look at it. I don't know what it's going to be like. I haven't really heard a whole lot of people talk about it. I haven't really looked up, I guess, to see if there's any current reviews or already things coming out. And I don't think they've done it yet where they've had like, pre-release stuff to let people review it and take a look and see what it's going to be like. So I'm kind of looking forward to that part of it. I want to see what people are saying about it. But either way, I'll like I said, I'll watch at least 3 episodes of everything. Sometimes you get cut, and 3 episodes of Inhumans was definitely enough, and I don't need to watch that anymore.
Yeah.
Other times, second episode into The Gifted, and I'm super excited for the 3rd episode.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to keep going with that show.
I've been watching that too.
Oh my God, it's awesome, right?
It's really good, and I really felt like it was going to be more heroes heavy. But man, it's been super dramatic, and the effects of it have actually been pretty decent.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a part where Blink can't control her
power,
her portals.
Yeah,
and it shows this one road and like cuts this truck in half, and like half the truck rolls into the room.
Yeah,
dude, that's freaking legit, man.
Yeah,
that looked really, really awesome.
Yeah, dude, it looks awesome. Like, it's been good. I like the plot elements. I love, and it's so funny, man. Like, because I think Fox had not been able to do this properly in the movies, but I think part of what makes X-Men work overall is the mutant metaphor. It speaks to kind of current events and the way certain people can be treated at different times. And this, like, dude, I think it hit it right on the nose. Like, so good with all those elements of it that they have not introduced in the movies, and I'm sad about, because I think that would make those movies work a lot better than them just being another superhero team that just goes out and beats up other superpowered people. Yeah. Like, that's what the movies have been.
That's exactly what the movies have been.
Yeah,
and that's exactly that's the life that is missing from the comic books in the movies.
Yeah,
that's what made the comic books most relatable and endearing, and just like made you really connect with these characters.
Yeah, and how it's different than the other stuff, because otherwise, like, why are you going to have a different team of other stuff doing that? Like, the Avengers already exist in the universe. If you look at the DC side of things, like, they already exist in the universe, and it's just powered people beating up other powered people. Like, I don't want that in an X-Men movie. I want the other elements that made that good, and that made that, like, exactly like you said, like, endearing and passionate toward me as a kid, and as growing up, and even as a teenager, and even as an adult, like, getting more and more into the series. Like, that's what made it awesome. Yeah. And so this coming back to that, dude, The Gifted has been freaking amazing. But yeah, man, like, the Runaways, I think, can have the same element if they do it right. Yep. Who these kids are, their angst behind stuff, who their parents are, and their real life problems mixed in with the fact that there is powered stuff out there. I mean, it'd be cool. I'm excited. 3 episodes at least. We'll see what happens. Yeah. The rest of it could be complete garbage. We're working on it. We're getting there. Well, next on your paid subscription service series, Stephen King, in coordination with J.J. Abrams, is coming out with Castle Rock. We talked about it a while back. This is Hulu, Amazon? Amazon, I believe. Yeah. The Stephen Kingiverse is coming to life with Castle Rock. Sorry, it's Hulu again. Back to Hulu, I mean. Damn it. Okay, well, John, how about this? Like, you watch Runaways and Castle Rock, and then I'll watch Lore and
something else that's not on Hulu.
Dude, I'm gonna watch all of them.
Damn it.
Maybe not lore. I don't know if I can do lore.
Okay,
that
we'll
might
talk
just
about
be you.
Okay, we'll talk about lore in a minute. But Castle Rock is the iteration of. It's really just tying all the Stephen King novelizations together in this one story. The trailer came out for it. It looks really interesting how they're going to put everything together because you got Bill Skarsgård in it, who plays it in it. So there's a scene where there's like a missing kids poster. There's also a prison that's kind of a callback to Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. There's all these little elements to Christine, to Cujo, to everything, like just all these little stories that are in there. And how are they going to tie them all together? Is it going to be one cohesive story? Like, is it going to be a mini episode story? Like, I don't know. But it looks really, really interesting, and the production value looks really good. But I don't know. It's a little bit scary.
I'm not going to watch this.
Oh.
You're going to have to get Hulu.
I know.
I think what's going on here. I think that's the exact thing that's going to happen.
Maybe I'll try to get my free trial back because I loved Hulu when you paid a subscription fee and you got no commercials. But now, even though you pay a subscription fee, you get commercials.
You can take them out for a higher subscription fee, but it's like, dude, it sucks. I hate that they're doing that.
My Netflix is going to go up. I don't need another. I don't need to pay another service.
Yeah,
maybe if we get rid of the satellite, maybe that'll happen. I don't know, but we'll see. All right,
let's go. I'm definitely not watching this. I don't know if I can, dude. I'm really not into the whole Stephen King-averse. Like, I'm not a huge fan of any of it. And the fact that this is already going to be within that vein, and then scary. I don't know. It really seems like it's going to be like an anthology kind of thing with lightly tying everything in together. That's what it looks like. And I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. But again,
just the peppering of it.
I'm not even going to ever know because I'm probably not going to watch this.
Okay.
More than likely, I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to throw it out completely. But
I mean, I'm not the hugest Stephen King fan, but I mean, there are some. Top three. The Shawshank Redemption is definitely my top three of movies, just in general. Yeah. Not just because, but not just like for any specific one. Let's move on then, since you got nothing to say about that. So Amazon has this series called Lore. Like if that sounds familiar, there's a podcast out there called Lore. Rarely do we get to talk about another podcast, but in this case, because we're in the spirit of things. Lore is a tale of vampires, werewolves, how they got their origins and kind of bringing them to life, and like how they were and like how they actually got their origin or their backstory. Oops, sorry, Mike.
Hitting that thing.
I know, man. My arms. I just don't know what to do with my hands. Just don't know what to do with my hands. Tell me, John. So Lore. It just started this past Friday, which was Friday the 13th. And I don't know. I totally forgot that it came out yesterday, and I was going to watch it, but. Totally forgot about it, but I want to definitely check it out because it looks super interesting. And again, we're talking about a show that Jonathan's not going to watch.
Yeah.
So,
look, when this trailer first came out and I heard the idea of it, I was like, cool. Like maybe I'll check it out. And then the more I watched the trailer, like just to see if I can really handle this, I'm like, I don't. Maybe not.
Yeah.
There's some scenes in there that are like really freaking like. I don't know, man. It's intense.
Didn't you watch The Witch with
no
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy? What's her name?
Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yes.
No, definitely did not watch that.
Dude, it was creepy.
Like probably the ones that get a little further out there that I can watch are like even stuff like, to me, Unbreakable. Like Unbreakable is kind of like a creepy one. I'll watch that. Like stuff like Aliens, it's a lot more sci-fi, like just more action, jump scare kind of stuff. Like I'm okay with that. But something like this, where it's just like creepy for the intention of creepy and dealing with a bunch of that other stuff, like I can't. Like there's certain lines I just can't cross.
Yeah.
And,
I got you, man.
I don't know if this is gonna be one that I can handle. I might try it, but if within the first 5 minutes, if I'm just too uneasy, like I'm turning it off.
All right.
So we'll see what happens.
All right, man. I'll most likely check it out. I'm pretty sure we're going to watch at least one episode, or at least the episode that came out this past week. I'll let you know.
Yes.
Let's get into the bread and butter, man.
Dude.
This is the biggie. This is the one we kind of alluded to earlier.
I feel like we've already watched like 20 trailers this week.
No kidding, man. But there's a lot of stuff coming out, and that's like content, man. Like it's good stuff that people have been asking for. We've been looking forward to. The Last Jedi is something that has, we only recently got the actual term for it, or the actual name of it. We knew it was episode 8, but we didn't know like what it was involved. So now it's for real. Like now it's a couple months out or 3 months out. How far away is this?
2 months.
2 months away.
November, December.
We're 1 month away from Ragnarok.
Yes,
so that's the next one that's coming out huge. But Star Wars right now, the second trailer dropped.
Yeah.
But right before the trailer dropped, the poster for it dropped.
Yeah.
And Rian Johnson came out, director, was like, "Hey, check out this freaking beautiful thing."
Yeah.
And it's super different than all the other posters.
I love the poster. Like the poster is freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like really, really good.
Like it has some I like the red tone of it.
Yeah.
Like, and it feels like the battle of where's that going to be? With the white sand and the red dirt.
I don't remember what the name of the planet is.
Crate? That sounds
think
about
so.
right. That's going to be a huge story piece, because that's like the images and the color tones of the posters that come out, like the original one that came out during Celebration, that was white border, red kind of trim, and black in the middle. Same again, and with this trailer, and then again with all the images that have been coming out. So I feel like that's going to be the main,
like a good, huge plot,
huge plot point for sure.
Yeah, dude, and I love the contrast, like you said, from the other trailers, I'm sure all the other posters that have ever come out, because most of them I feel are very space heavy, right? Like it feels like I don't think we've ever had a poster that's like planet, like it's a planet themed poster, like or on a planet,
right.
Like everything's always been more space and outer
something
space.
About the star, these wars that are happening,
like if it's in the name or something. But yeah, man,
but
like, it's freaking cool though.
Yeah,
it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, the original poster that came out during Celebration was more of a callback to A New Hope.
Yeah.
But and there are some elements in this trailer that we'll kind of break down a little bit and be like a little bit more in depth, and it gives a lot of misdirection. And actually, before the trailer even came out, Rian Johnson, after he's like, "Hey, check out this beautiful poster," he was just like, "Actually, it's a good trailer." He's like, "I'm torn, but go ahead and skip it if you want to go in there fresh."
Yeah.
And so we were torn on too. Like, should we watch it? Should we not watch it? Like, I don't know.
You might have been torn. I was not torn. I was definitely gonna watch it.
I was kind of torn. I was. But then after it came out, he was just like, "No, watch it. Just forget everything I said."
I love that was his exact tweet. Like, forget what I said. Watch it. Like,
so
all caps.
You hear the original narrative of Snoke saying, "When I first met you, I was like raw power, just like super, throaty, just made me want to clear it up, man." And it seems like he's talking about Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
But it snaps to an image of Rey. But that also goes back to the original poster, which were in her lightsaber in the original poster. It like starts off blue, fades to red.
Yeah.
So it feels like, and the entire trailer is like misdirection to what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Luke seems afraid. He's saying like, "I've seen this before, but I wasn't afraid then, but I am now."
Yeah.
When I see this power. So I don't know, is Rey coming up? Is he talking about Kylo? What's happening?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like there's a lot of misdirection, though. Like, it just really feels like misdirection. I don't want to go into a full breakdown of this thing because I don't, like, if we're right about anything, one, I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. And two, I don't want to start putting assumptions into my head for the movie. Because that's, I think, part of the problem is, like, you kind of sit there and you're, like, expecting stuff to happen when really, like, it's not going to go that direction at all, you know, but you've already kind of put these misconceptions in your head and you're kind of expecting those things to happen. And I don't want to do that.
I think that's the exciting part about it. Like,
You think
just
so?
like, I think that's like, what is it going to happen? Like,
Yes.
we're both going to watch it.
Yeah.
We're both really excited about it, of course. You know, we got these like nerd hard-ons going on. But I mean, really what's happening is just like of us trying to build our narrative because so we can kind of connect to it and feel like these are the story parts.
I'll connect to it afterwards.
No. I know you just want to be an active observer. I mean, you want to be a passive observer, but I'm trying to be an active participant in this narrative, which I can't be.
No.
I can't be. I'm not going to be a part of the story. I think no matter how hard I try, I'm just going to try to push my face into the screen, maybe by osmosis.
Yeah,
I can
you'll be there.
absorb into it. But
Just get front row seats already. Like, you know, just make sure you're sitting right up on it.
No, my neck can't handle that. Dude, it looks really good. Like,
Yeah.
And the whole thing is definitely that. Is this the turning point? Like, who's gonna be good? Who's gonna be bad?
Yeah.
Like, is this really the end of the Jedis? Is this the last Jedi? You know, and of course, I think that was like also one of the things too that people were like, you know, who is the last Jedi? Is it gonna be Rey? Is it Luke? But at the beginning of Force Awakens, they already said who the last Jedi was. It says the last Jedi, Luke Skywalker, is went into hiding. You know, so I don't know. I'm excited. We got 2 months from the day this comes out.
Yeah, dude, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's the thing is like this trailer was to me like it's hard to pick up and read story elements from the stuff that was here because everything to me felt like a misdirection.
Yeah, it's all out of context. We don't know what's happening.
Right.
It feels like they were showing like, oh, I'm starting again, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, like I completely agree. Like, yeah, like I mean, it seems like it's trying to lead you to believe this one thing, but I don't know if that's what's actually going to happen. You know, like maybe something completely different. Like it may be a completely different character. Like maybe they started on a misdirection from the very first movie, like where we thought things were going to go a certain way because that's traditionally how things have gone. Maybe they're throwing a complete wrench in it, and things will be completely different by the end of this movie. I don't know, like. And that's part of the big excitement for me. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm excited to go into this movie not with too many predictions or not with too many thoughts in my head, preconceived notions. Like, just like reveal to me what all this stuff is. And dude, I'm super excited for that, man. I'm super excited for this freaking movie. Like, everything about it looks good so far.
Was there any part of it or part of the trailer that you saw that you felt like was like you were like, yes, finally they showed that, or like, oh, I can't believe they're going to do that, or that aspect looks really cool?
I don't know.
What did you think of the
Finn and Phasma's scene?
My God.
Is great. I love the voiceover from Oscar Isaac, like as Poe. I'm telling you, like I wanted to get that tattooed right away.
You texted me like right afterward.
Will be the spark that. Wow, God, I feel like I memorized it. Now I can't remember it. But yeah, we will be the spark that ignites the flame that burns the First Order down. Yeah. I was like, yes. Yeah, I was like literally sitting there, like in my house, like yes.
That would be. I feel like that would be in a banner type font over like the X-wing that he has.
Oh, dude.
Like over and under. Like,
don't give me ideas. I'm gonna go.
Okay, no way.
I'm gonna go get a tramp stamp of Poe Dameron's X-wing with that line on there. Dude, I love it. I love that line. And I don't know if that's the way they're going to go with it. Obviously, First Order seems to be the evil organization, what needs to be torn down. Star Wars has usually and traditionally been very clear about the black and white lines and who should be the good guys and who should be the bad guys. And even though at some points you might cheer for the bad guys like you did for Darth Vader, like you know he's the one that needs to be taken down because the good guys are the ones that should win. And First Order has been traditionally the bad guy so far. Like they've set it up to be the bad guy, so like that line itself like super gives me hype on it, man.
Yeah.
That was so great.
I think
I was giddy like a schoolgirl.
Yeah, it was weird hearing you. I was like, Jonathan, what's up, man? A closer look at the ATM-6s. You know, definitely the gorilla walk that they got going on, and the arm guards that they have to cut the wiring, whatever they learned from their past.
Yes.
Let's see I think everything just looked really good.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with the sparkly wolf creature?
Oh yeah, like the little ice wolf thing,
yeah.
ice fox.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
I don't know, that looked pretty awesome. I love the porg.
The porg, yeah.
The porg right in the middle of the trailer too, like little comic relief, like
Yeah.
Chewie and the porg. Yeah. That was pretty awesome.
That's the new Han Chewie team them up.
Oh man,
they're just going to
two
be like a
characters that we can't understand.
Yeah, just like a furry crew, just going through the universe and all their troubles.
Oh my god, dude! One of the things that I was kind of surprised at is the lack of Rose in the trailer.
Oh,
because they've
yeah.
hyped her up already. Like she was on the panel itself, like for in Star Wars Celebration, like for the movie, and then they didn't really feature her a whole lot in the trailer. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's just because we don't know the character yet, and like, hey, you know, we're not going to use her to hype it up because like nobody knows who she is. But I would have been cool to see a little bit more of that. But I'm excited to see her in the movie.
Even like a running scene, they even did that with Poe. You know, just a running scene, and then just like reaction shots or something. Like, you know, I like they definitely had Finn more in an action pose here, or in action other than just like chilling out in that chamber, getting fixed.
Yeah,
it looks really good though. Like that, damn it, I think they're gonna knock it out of the water. Like,
I'm so freaking.
It's gonna be huge. I don't know if it's gonna be Force Awakens huge, but I mean, because everybody waited years for a legit follow up.
Yeah,
like 30 years for an actual sequel, or I don't know, like a sequel, but like
the next movie,
the next episode. Yeah.
dude,
So
I really don't. I don't know how well it's gonna do in the box office comparatively. I don't know how the ticket sales are going on right now. Like I haven't really looked up again to see how things were going. I know we got tickets. We're set and ready to go.
46
Opening
tickets.
night. Well, you didn't have to get any numbers out there.
I'm giving numbers out. We got 46 tickets.
Like half the movie theater, just like our group going.
I know. I say 46, but I'm pretty sure they were just bought in like small increments of 2 or 5. I don't know.
No. They were like, we kind of teamed up and like they were like 10 at a time.
Nice.
So until we maxed out.
So 4 people got 10, 1 person got 6.
Oh man. It's pretty awesome, man. Like
I'm
excited to go see it.
We're gonna go, so we're pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
Man. So I think that should be it for now, at least with Star Wars. I know
we'll definitely talk a lot more about it in the
for sure.
Next few
and
weeks.
You know what I want to do right before the movie comes out is let's probably have, and I don't know if you're gonna like this or not, but I'm gonna say let's try to do it anyway. Let's talk about the most out there theories.
No, I'm not doing it. That can definitely be you. I'll listen to your theories gladly.
I'm gonna throw them all out there.
I'm not researching any of that.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do it, and we'll talk about all the crazy ass theories.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel since it's like October and this is the appropriate time, especially with the new Mutants trailer kind of coming out, I want to go back and read the Demon Bear saga, and we can do a little bit deeper dive into that. But cool. One of the things we want to talk about real quick. I know episode's already gone super long, and thank you for listening if you've listened this far into it. But Blade Runner, did you watch it at all?
No, I did not.
Damn you, Eric.
I really did try. Really did try. But I've heard nothing but great things. I'm going to say, let's go. If you want to talk spoilery parts about it, that's totally cool.
Oh, we're going to get into spoilers right meow.
Okay, because I'm going to still see it. Like, I've heard nothing but awesome things, so I'm excited to see it regardless of what I hear about it now.
I don't like it. We never do. I feel like we never do too heavy of spoilers in this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't do too heavy of spoilers in this. Fingers crossed. If we do, I'm sorry. Tweet at us and let me know. I will apologize there in person as well. But I'd never watched the original Blade Runner. Like, never had I seen it before. And my thought was, like, maybe I'll go into this fresh and go see the movie without having watched the original one, just to kind of give a little bit of perspective on that. That didn't happen. Like, the day before, my wife and I were just hanging out at the house, chilling, and, like, I asked her, like, do you want to watch Blade Runner? Like, is it something you want to go see, like, the new one, 2049? And she was like, yeah, like, I want to watch that. And I was like, cool, like, let's do it. And she was like, I've never seen the original, though. I was like, yeah, me either. Like, I'm kind of excited about it either way. Like, it looks like it's going to be good. I've heard good things. And, like, we both knew that other people had said that it was one of their favorite movies all time. There's, like, a cult following for it. So we rented the original one.
Oh, nice. Which one did you get? The theatrical cut, the final cut, or the director's cut?
I have no idea. I'd heard that the original theatrical cut has voiceovers, but I heard it has a lot of voiceovers. And the one that we watched, I didn't feel it had a lot of Harrison Ford voiceovers. So I don't know if that was like an in-between cut or what, but there definitely was Harrison Ford voiceovers. So it could have been the theatrical release or something along the lines of that.
Okay. All right.
But we did get the one with the voithose.
Okay.
Which one? I have no idea.
Sure.
I just picked one that like was available to rent, and that was the one that we got. Yeah. There was other ones like the final cut, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
That was available, but that one was only available to buy, and I don't want to buy it without having watched it before.
Right.
So and you couldn't rent it, so I just rented the other version, whatever the heck was available.
Sweet.
But yeah, dude, it was good. And it holds up. Like, the original one holds up enough, right? So since I've never watched it, I knew a little bit of what it was about because of all the hype that's coming in for the new movie, but I didn't have any further idea than that. And I enjoyed it. Me and my wife both enjoyed it. It's not one that we would then go back and buy, but we thought, okay, cool. Like, that was a decent watch. Okay. I like the concept of it. I like the
universe as a whole.
Universe as a whole, the director's vision and the writer's vision of like things that are, I guess, to be interpreted more as a metaphor and things that stand for other things, right? Like, so there's certain lines that may just be throwaway lines if you're just watching it passively. But when you really look at like what they can mean, the symbolicness of everything, like it has a little bit deeper meaning. And I like those kind of things, the things that when you watch it on the surface, it's cool and it's fun and it's interesting. But the more you read into it, like the further things can get. And I like that kind of stuff. So it makes it enjoyable for both types of audiences. And it worked for me.
Cool.
Dude, I feel like if you're the type of person that likes to dig into stuff, though, like myself, watching the first one was so much better than just going in blind. Like, if I would have gone in blind to the second movie, I think it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
2049 is definitely an enjoyable movie without knowing anything that's happened in the past. But having watched that first one made everything have such a deeper meaning. I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome. Like, that movie, okay, first of all, be prepared if you're going to go watch this movie, because it's almost 3 freaking hours that you're going to be sitting in that movie theater. By an hour and 45 minutes into the movie, I had to go to the restroom. I was already like, God, I got to go. But I didn't want to miss anything. I was like really engaged with it. Dude, by the time the movie finished, like the second like the director's name went up on the screen and the credits started rolling, like I was up out of my seat and gone. Like I had to go to the restroom so bad. It was really bad. Like, we were probably the first people out of the theater, and we were nowhere near the entrance. Because like as soon as it happened, I was like, I'm gone. I gotta go right now. Like, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Right, man.
But dude, it was engaging. It's slow and it's slow moving. The first movie is very slow and slow moving. I feel like that was kind of just the date and time that it came out. Like, that's just the way movies were done. There's a lot of times where it's just like things just take a long time to play out, just because they're going to take a long time to play out.
Yeah. I think that's like what was one of the main parts of the criticisms that I heard, that yes, it is super long, but it's just a lot of story. Like, there's not a whole lot of action. It's all like story building and universe building.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I know some people were like, man, I wish it would have had more action. And for me, I wasn't expecting that at all, because none of the trailers were like, hey, this is really action heavy. Let me show you a bunch of action sequences to get you into the theater. And I appreciated that about it, because it was very much like,
slow pace.
This is how it's going to go. Yeah. To the deceiving things, there's not a whole lot of Harrison Ford in it. There's not a whole lot of Jared Leto. I wish there would have been a little bit more of Harrison Ford, and I'm super glad there was not a lot of Jared Leto. Like,
how much of Dave Bautista was in there? Because he was in the trailer.
Okay, yeah, he was in there for like the first like 10 minutes. And that was it. So yeah, he's out pretty quick.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. I mean, I'm just saying he's not going to be in the rest of the movie. Like,
right on.
But it's good. It's good. There's a lot of slow pacing in it. There's a lot of stuff that's just like sitting there. You're staring at the baby goose's face, and he's just walking around being very stoic. And in the first movie, there was a lot of that stuff going on, but it was very much of like, I'm telling you, like it almost had no meaning. There was a little bit of meaning, a little bit of tension building and stuff like that, but nothing with true purpose and intention. And here, it feels like every time they do a long, drawn out sequence, there's a meaning and purpose to it. Like, you're sitting there reading and interpreting and getting a feel for the environment, the place, the situation, by it holding off on those moments. And in the first one, like I said, a little bit of that. You don't really get a whole lot of that. It's kind of like, okay, just move on with it, get on with this movie, like, you know, kind of let's get on with it. In this one, it wasn't like that. Like, everything I felt had it. Like, there was maybe a couple of times where I was like, okay, let's move on to the next thing. But I think it was more because I really had to use the restroom rather than it being like, you know, like, this doesn't have a purpose. But dude, I thought it was really, really good. Like, really good. I like the way that they did not necessarily the music, but the sound. Like, the way the music can be used as sound and as part of the situation rather than just being music. Kind of like Arrival.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So Arrival wasn't just about the music playing. It was like how it created an atmosphere. And like, I love the way that the music was used for that here, even though it's not the greatest score. And, you know, there's definitely a lot of things that can do that with better scores. Like this still, like it really, I enjoyed it.
It's not going to win no awards.
Yeah. I personally don't think so. I mean, who knows? But yeah, dude, the story was great. The visuals were awesome. Like, I love that colors coming back into movies, you know, and I know I've said that for a while, like that stuff is, and I felt like it really was, like, overall movies in general, like, just had a bunch of gray tones and stuff like that, and not a whole lot of stuff, but yeah, man, the way that they use color and the way that they use color to tell the certain parts of the story, freaking cool. Like, I really enjoyed that. You should go watch it, man. Like, I really feel like, I know I already told you, IRL, Earl. I've told you, Earl, to go check it out, but man, yeah, dude, I really think you'd enjoy it. Like, maybe, yeah, I know you might have to wait. You don't have the opportunity. You got a kiddo you got to watch out for. Yeah. And you might have to wait until this comes out. Can't
throw away 3 hours, especially on a non-Marvel or DC flick. You know.
Still really freaking good. Like, if anybody out there hasn't seen it and thought about going, like, you really should go. Just make sure you use the restroom right before and don't drink too many liquids because it's going to hurt. From experience, I know this is going to hurt.
Well, if you do see it before the next time we talk and you want to talk to Jonathan about it, John, where can they find us?
They can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all as Kenobi's Corner, username at Kenobi's Corner, and just search for us with the words Kenobi's Corner, and we should be able to come up pretty quickly. We're usually one of the first hits that you'll get. We are on SoundCloud for the pages. You can drop a comment in SoundCloud. You can get there by going to kenobiscorner.rocks, or you can find us on iTunes and the Google Play Store, and most other podcasting platforms that you can find. You can also find us on there just by searching Kenobi's Corner, and you can get to us. Leave us a like there. Give us a rating, drop a comment, and if you want to communicate with us more, like, definitely SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
All the things.
We'd love to talk to you.
All the things, all of them. Well, until next time, feel free to hit us up, and please enjoy yourselves and each other.